Dear friends, welcome back to Education Time of Factor TV. As usual, I am Abid Khan Shuvo with you. Today I will be covering IELTS writing module with you. In my previous lessons, in my previous videos, I have covered IELTS and IELTS speaking. So it's time to know some basic information, tips, tricks and the tactics of facing your IELTS writing exam. So let's start. As you know that there are two variants of IELTS exam. One is IELTS academic and another one is IELTS general training. So it will depend on your requirement which one you need to continue your study or to go for job purpose abroad. So in IELTS module there are two tasks, and the IELTS writing module is a bit different than speaking because it has some different features for the academic module and general training module. So I will let you know each and everything gradually. So in task 1, you will be asked if you are a student of academic module. In task 1, you have to answer a graph, chart or table. You need to narrate the whole information in your own words within 150 words. There is a word limitation which is 150. That means you are bound to write at least 150 words. It's minimum level, but don't try to cross 180 or 90. Try to limit your word limit within 150 to 80. It will create a good impression in the mind of the examiner. And for the general training students, in task 1 it's a bit easier. You need to write a letter. Writing letter is very easy because the topic won't be that tough for you to answer. For example, the letter can be written to the course coordinator where you are going to pursue your higher education. You may write a letter to the university to know about the course in details, about the credit hours, about the course duration, fees, everything. Even you may need to write a letter to your boss for a leave for some your personal purposes or for some other purposes. So that means in writing letter it's quite easier than describing a graph. And in this section there will be 3 or 4 questions and you need to answer all the questions to fulfill your writing task 1. But dear friends, you must know that there are four criteria. You will be judged on the basis of 4 criteria. The first criteria for IELTS writing is task response and task achievement. That means you are given with some questions, 2 or 4 questions. So you must know what is the requirement of the question. If you do not know, if you cannot catch the question properly, you cannot answer properly at the end of the day. So understanding the question is the key for you to do well in IELTS writing. So task achievement or task response means you are answering according to the requirement of the question, because you know what the task is asking from you. So giving the proper answer according to the requirement means you are fulfilling the task achievement or task response. The second module or the second criteria is grammatical range and accuracy. You know that in English, without applying proper grammar, you cannot do well. The same thing works for IELTS writing. While writing, you need to make sure that your lines, your sentences are decorated by ensuring proper grammar, and you are using the right form of verbs, tense, and prepositions and other grammatical tools. That means while writing, you must ensure the proper grammatical range and accuracy to maximize your band score to a higher level. Third one is that lexical resource. I think you are already informed about the term lexical resource. Those who do not know the meaning of lexical resource, I am telling for them. Lexical resource stands for your range of vocabulary, because you know that vocabulary plays the vital role to make up a sentence, to decorate a sentence. So if you do not know a wide ranges of vocabularies, at the end of the day or after a certain period, your sentences will seem boring. The examiner will not find it interesting. You need to use standard and up to mark vocabularies to increase the standard of your writing. So keeping an eye on lexical resource is the secret to maximize your band score. So I think you will take proper care of this section of lexical resource. The third part is that, you will be tested. As you are sitting for IELTS writing, you must know coherence and cohesion. Coherence and cohesion. The first thing is the coherence. That means whether you are relating your answer with the question and you are making a relationship with with the next para. That means keeping a link with paras, with lines after line. That means you are ensuring the proper coherence. And cohesion means you are logical. Your ideas are logical and to the point, and you are delivering whatever you are asked to do so. So in such case, coherence and cohesion play a vital role to maximize your band score, at the same time to make your writing a standard one. Apart from this criteria, you need to be very tactful while writing, because you know that your piece of writing is going to be examined by a very well-trained examiner. If you do not deliver something good, the examiner will not be impressed, and it's your duty to impress him or her with your piece of writing. So your writing should be full of creativity and logical sequence. Now let's have a look at the writing task 1. If you're a student of academic module, the task is a bit different. Meanwhile, if you're a student of general training module, the writing task is a bit different as well. So for academic module, you need to sit for a graph, table or any diagram. That means you need to describe a pre-given or given graph, chart or diagram in your own style. That means you need to narrate the figures, the information given in the chart, bar chart, pie chart. It can be a table, and you need to compare between information or among the information given on the question. But the question might like that, for example, in a country, the number of people who read newspaper, for example, an age range of 20 to 30, among this range, maybe 20% people read newspaper, 30 to 40, maybe 40% people read newspaper. Such kind of information will be given in IELTS writing task 1 for academic module, and you need to narrate it in your own words. But friends, you have to make sure that your writing carries at least 150 words. As I told, at least 150 words. It is the minimum number of words you need to cover. If you end up your writing with 148 or 150, 149 words, you are not achieving your task. That means you are not following the criteria, one of the 4 criteria of the IELTS writing. So you must ensure that your writing covers at least 150 words and maximum 180 to 190. And if you are a student of general training, in such case, you do not have to sit for a diagram or chart. In such case, you need to write a letter. Yes, we are very familiar with writing letters. In our school, college, even universities, we have written letters to several persons for academic purposes. So in such case, you need to write a letter. The letter should be about any familiar topic. For example, you want to move to any other country and you want to get admitted to a university. In such case, you may write a letter to the university authority seeking the information about the course you are looking for, the total cost of the course, the duration of the course, even the accommodation facilities. And another letter can be you have hired a new house for accommodation, but the house is not well furnished. In such case, you may write a letter to the house owner complaining about this issue. So letter may cover a wide range of topics. So in such case, you must be very careful and you must understand the questions very well. So in task 2, it's almost same for academic and general training module. In task 2, your creativity will be tested. If you are not a freehand writer, it will be quite tough for you to answer the task 2. In task 2, you will be asked to answer an essay where your opinion will be counted. You will be asked to post your own opinion regarding the topic. It can be about any agree, disagree, advantage, disadvantage, or problem solving issue. So I have an individual session about on IELTS writing task 1 as well as task 2. So till then, stay with us. I'm coming up with something new for you, and don't forget to keep liking, sharing and commenting in our YouTube channel. So thanks for watching, and don't be too late to like our YouTube page. Thank you very much.